Hey everybody, it's Dr. Brace here for Facial Plastics Friday, and today I want to talk about a topic that's kind of new on the frontier of aesthetic medicine in terms of regenerative or rejuvenative therapies and along the lines of stem cells and things like that. You may have heard of PDRN or Salmon Sperm facials or VAMP, which is a product by 𝙙𝙤𝙚𝙨𝙩, which has PDRN in it. And there's a lot of buzz with celebrities talking about this and how they're using it to rejuvenate their skin. And I thought we should talk about it and address it because it's something that's hot and out there and a topic of interest right now. PDRN, what is that? That's polydeoxyribonucleic acids. And so that's basically the building blocks of DNA. And the current source of this commercially available is salmon sperm. And you might think, what on earth are you talking about? Why would we be taking sperm from a salmon and using it in facial aesthetic medicine? What studies have shown about PDRN or polydeoxyribonucleic acid is that if you use DNA-derived products like this and apply it to the face through microneedling or jet peels or other methods, you actually can deliver DNA building blocks to the cells, which can help the body with tissue repair, with angiogenesis, which is formation of new blood vessels, with DNA repair from oxidative stresses, and it can decrease inflammation and overall have a beneficial effect on your skin, causing improvement in maybe some pigmentation, especially under the eyes, fine lines, the glow, the health of your skin. So why salmon? Salmon are farmed and there's an abundance of salmon sperm available because of salmon farms. And so it is an abundant, easily accessible, cheap source of this material. And it's actually been studied since 2007 in wound healing models, in rheumatoid arthritis models, in burns, in diabetic ulcers, in all kinds of tissue regeneration experiments. And it shows that it does all those things. It helps with wound repair, makes wounds stronger, brings in new blood vessels, forms stronger angiogenesis and blood flow to the skin flaps that are healing, and it does a lot to repair DNA. A lot of myths out there online about why salmon are being used for this, and I've heard some crazy things from injectors and people talking about this that are simply completely bananas and not true. One of the things I heard on a podcast yesterday that my wife was listening to was that the salmon DNA was being used because it most closely matched human DNA. This is completely wrong. Salmon DNA is not the closest match to human DNA. If you want to get the closest match to human DNA, it's actually bonobos or chimpanzees with a 98.8% match. Salmon DNA is about 95% match, which makes sense if you think we both have eyes, we both have mouth, we both have a digestive system, we both have muscles, we have blood vessels, we have all kinds of shared things that all animals have. So most animals have 90+% shared DNA for those simple structural things that we share in common. We do not use salmon sperm DNA because it closely matches human DNA. We use it because it's readily available, cheap, and abundant. The other myth that I heard was that it actually makes your skin younger. This is completely wrong. I've drawn a little chromosome on the whiteboard here. And in terms of genetics and cellular aging, and I do have a master's in this sort of thing, what makes a cell get older and become senescent and then go into what we call apoptosis and die is that these little red caps on the ends of the chromosomes, which are DNA strands, they're called telomeres. And telomeres are sequences of DNA and proteins that are like the ends of your shoelace that are little plastic bits. Every time a cell divides, your telomeres shorten more and more. When they get to a certain length, that cell has aged out and it has programmed cell death, and it will die and it will be replaced by a new cell. To actually make your skin younger, you'd have to be making your telomeres longer, and PDRN has not been ever shown to do this. So it is a myth to say that it's truly making your skin younger. It's bringing in building blocks for DNA repair and for angiogenesis, for wound healing, for oxygenation, and making your skin look better, rejuvenating your skin, but it is not making it younger. The other myth that I heard was that it's active DNA. You're taking salmon sperm DNA, you're putting it on your face and it's transcribing stuff. Not true. When the salmon sperm DNA is harvested, it's processed at a high temperature to kill all the proteins and the things that would be immunogenic, that would cause allergic reactions. And then you get these strands of DNA, these polydeoxyribonucleic acid strands that then get broken down by nucleases as soon as they're applied to your skin. So enzymes that will chop it up into smaller nucleotides and nucleosides, which are the building blocks to DNA. And essentially, these are the things that make the purines and the pyrimidines that make up your DNA strands. And it's then used as a source to help with DNA repair in your cell. There is no salmon gene being transcribed on your skin to make you more like a salmon if you use this. So that is a myth. The last myth that I wanted to address was that it actually changes your DNA. So you do not become more like a salmon. It's not incorporating into the nucleus of your cell and changing the DNA like a virus would. It is simply providing building blocks for DNA repair. Your DNA code remains the same. So it is not changing your DNA. It's helping your cells to heal by using this product. So I hope that clears some things up. It's an exciting field in regenerative medicine because if we can deliver this stuff into the skin from a laser or a microneedling procedure, and we can actually bring some angiogenesis and bring some enhanced wound healing, you should get a glow to your skin. You should get a repair to any of the damage, which would help with fine lines and discoloration. And so it is a promising front in aesthetic medicine. There's still lots of research to do on it. There is a 2025 review in the Journal of Plastic Reconstructive and Aesthetic Surgery, 𝙙𝙤, which showed there is no level 1 or level 2 evidence to suggest that this is really a robust thing, but there's lots of smaller studies that are promising. So I'm hopeful for this. I think it's something that has a lot of promise that we need to study a little bit more. You should know about it because you're going to hear about it, but that's what PDRN is. Everybody have a great weekend. Happy Facial Plastics Friday.